Okay, students, you are welcome to mathematics class. The last time that we met in the class, we talked about equations involving fractions. And on that day, I told us that you can use two methods. One, cross multiplication method, we call it cross multiply, and the other one by the LCM method. We discussed on that day about the LCM method. And today, we want to talk about equations involving fractions in word problem. Equations involving fractions in word problems. That's the topic we're having before us today. Now, when we are talking about this word problem, it's just like what we did in the last class, but this one will come in form of a statement that you need to interpret by yourself. The last time that the question we discussed about it in the class, it was just like an equation. But this time around, it will come in a statement, not like the expression that you solve directly. You will be the one to interpret the words that they have given to you. But mind you, whenever we are talking about word problem, every statement, they are very, very important. Don't neglect any statement whenever you are talking about word problem. And now this very particular class, most of what we'll be dealing with, they are in word problem. And it means you need to understand how to interpret each steps one after the other. Let me take some examples. Number one, a trader sells a number of books and takes in 57,400 naira altogether. This is what a trader sold. Now, so that if the average selling price of a book is 700 naira, find the number of books sold. Let's look at the question very well before we solve it. A trader sells a number of books and takes in 57,400 naira altogether. If the average selling price of a book is 700 naira, find the number of books sold. Like when I said that I'm talking about word problems, you can see it was not like what we did in the last class. This one is in form of statements. We'll be the one to factor out some things. The only thing that they gave to us here, we are having 57,400 naira. We are having 700 naira. And we have to look for the number of books sold. It means on this note, we have to do it by ourselves to look for the unknown and to solve the problem. Now, if I've been given this 57,400 naira, I was given 700 naira, and I was asked to look for something, the number of books sold. We now decide that let's the number of books sold, let's say B to represent books. So it means B equals 57,400 naira divided by 700 naira. Let's divide it. The naira will go. This is 2 zeros. It will go. 7 here 1. How many 7 can we find in 57? That will give us about 7. Is it 7? No. That should give us about 8. 8 times 7 will give me 56. Remainder 1. In 14, 2. Therefore, B equals to 82 books. 82 books will give us 57,400 naira at the rate of 700 naira. That's all about example number 1. Let's now take another example. I think that's what we are going to for the day. Example number 2. Example number 2. It says the sum of the ages of a man and his son is 56 years. In 8 years' time, the ratio of their ages will be 13:5. We now asked to solve some questions there. Let's say question A now. How old are they now? That is, for the father and the son, how old are they now? The other question there, find the difference. Find the difference between their ages. Find the difference between their ages. Let me go through the question again. The sum of the ages of a man and a son is 56 years old. In 8 years' time, the ratio of their ages will be 13:5. They're now asking us some questions. How old are they now? And at the same time, we should find the difference between their ages. You will agree with me that this is a word problem question. We are not told how the equation will look like, but we have to bring out some things out. Look at what they gave to us there. 56 years old. In 8 years' time, 13:5. It means we have to do something by ourselves. Let's try to solve this question. Let's say, let the man's age be X. Let the son's age be X. The son's age to be X. If the son's age is X, let's now say that let the man's age be 56 minus X. We are given that the sum of their ages will give me 56. So you will agree with me that if I'm having something here by saying if they are 56 and I'm saying 56 minus X plus X, this one can go. I will get my 56. So definitely with this expression, we are good to go. Now, But they give us another statement in 8 years' time. This is where I want us to look at this very well. Sometimes they might say in 8 years ago. This is 8 years' time, 8 years to come. Since it is 8 years to come, we will do the addition here. Mind you, but if it is 8 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we will subtract. Listen to me. In 8 years' time, it means the son's age will be the son's age presently is x. If it is 8 years time, it will be x plus 8. Why the man's age will be 56 minus x plus 8. I'm adding 8 to the son in 8 years time. Definitely I will also do the same thing to the father by adding 8 to the father, because 8 years to come. But on this note, if it is 8 years ago, I will subtract, not to add here. Now, you will agree with me that this one, 8 plus 56, will give me 64 minus x. This is what the man will be in the next 8 years. They also give us a statement. They say also the ratio equals 13:5. And we are told when we are in lower class that this ratio is the same thing as 13 divided by 5. So now, you will now agree with me that if I'm having 13 over 5, will now be equals to 64 minus x over x plus 8. Listen to me here, let me explain something here. I said the ratio means 13:5 is the same thing as 13 over 5. I can have it in two ways here. This is 13, which is more than 5. Definitely, you will agree that this is the father's ratio, while this is the son's ratio, because I'm expecting the father's ratio to be more than the son. So if this is the father, this is the son, definitely what I'm going to have here as the age will now give me the father's age, the son. That is, this is the father, son, father, son. If you have it in this way, is that this is father 13:5 to be equals to x plus 8 over 64 minus x. This one cannot be correct because this is the father, son, this is son, father. No. So this one is wrong. It should be father, son, or son, father, son, father. So now let's continue. What I said, this is a father, this is son. That way this is father, son, and on this note, we have to cross multiply by having it in this format. 13 into x plus 8 giving us 5 into 64 minus x. So 13 by x, that will give me 13x plus 104, 8 times 13 to be equals 320 minus 5x. Like what we'll be doing in the past, let's collect the like terms. That is 13x minus 5 becomes plus 5x equals 320. This is 104 plus. By the time I cross over the equal sign, becomes minus 104. 18x will give us, taking away this out of this, 4 out of 10 here will give me 6. This one remains than 1 and 2. Let's try to divide by the coefficient of x, which is 18. This one divided by 18. This one will go. We'll try to divide this one to the lowest 10. Therefore, x will give us 12 years. This is the real age of the son. Now let's get the father's age. Don't forget, at the initial stage, we declared the father's age to be 56 minus x, and we've gotten our x to be 12, which will give us 56 minus 12 years. You agree with me that this one will give us 44 years. This is the father's age, the man's age. That's all about question A. And question B, we ask to look for the difference between their ages. We should not forget the difference between their ages. So this one will now give us 44 minus 12 years, which will give us 32 years. This is the difference between their ages. But before we call it a day, let me give us the assignment for the day. The assignment for the day. Just a question for the day as our assignment. And the question says, a man is 5 years older than his wife. A man is 5 years older than his wife. 4 years ago, I told us last time, either years to come or ago. 4 years ago, the ratio of their ages was 7:6. Find their present ages. That is the age of the man and his wife. On this note, we want to call it a day. Thank you. Have a nice day.